right, Cowboys. We're going to Dallas, and we're gonna hurt someone. I can tell. Top stories. Teruiroa McMillan is apparently wants to rock some more. You know, he's always struggling though, so I just say he needs to catch the fucking ball when we throw it to him. Just came off a pretty good win, making me feel kind of confident, beating the Bills by 20 points in our second home game of the year. Now we got to go to Dallas and face the 4-1 Cowboys, who are without Dak Prescott. I see some top stories here where apparently a backup quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers is doing pretty well. I think he's a rookie. Isaiah Pacheco had a good game. Joe Mixon had a good game. And then this Javonte Williams kid had a good game. We're going to see how good he is. CJ Stroud, of course, balling. Patrick Surtain the second with 2 interceptions. Gabe Powers. We didn't make the weekly the players awards list, but all right. Let's see. All right, Cowboys first in scoring, mid and I guess solid well-rounded offense. Seventh against in defending the run. Near the bottom in defending the pass. Us, we're doing a lot better in the run now after the last game, and hopefully the passing game will improve as well. They did last week. Hope to keep seeing that happen. We're 2-3, second in division. Hold the tiebreaker against the Buccaneers, who are 3-2, and you know, and then you got the Falcons and Saints. Um, Umamiel tied for league lead in sacks. We'll take a look at the Cowboys injury report. Ours is Legette's out for 5 games. We'll be back in 2 weeks. So that's going to give opportunities to some of our younger wide receivers who need to show something. First and foremost is T-Mac. All right, who we go? Cowboys. All right, Nealon's out, Prescott's out. I'm assuming starting strong safety's out, defensive tackle. I don't really know any of these guys, so they're a little banged up. Okay, Miller Moss is going to be starting for him. This is his second year out of Louisville. Previously USC in Southern California. There's their starting running back. And then we're going to have to face CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and the rest of the bunch. But we played them our first year. I think we didn't actually do too bad. Um, just a mid tight end who'll probably look like an all pro against us. They usually do. Great left guard. Wow, he's a beast. And you know, there's a opportunity for maybe Scorton to get some pressure off of this kid. Of course, you got Michael Parsons, so Taylor Moton's going to be busy. And then Ezraku on the other side, going up against our rookie left tackle. And the middle's nothing really too special. Sammy Brown, first round pick for the Cowboys. That'll be fun to watch. He is someone I would have considered had he fallen to our second first round pick. And Lewis Carter is probably going to hopefully get exploited. Corners are pretty good. Deron Bland, Trayvon Diggs, Kalen Carson. And let's see. Okay, Andrew Wingard. And backup strong safety. Their kicker is, I guess, perfect by the looks of it. 99.99. So we probably shouldn't let him get past the 40-yard line. And punter's just okay. All right, let's get this game started. We're going to go, they like to wear white. So we're going to go all blue. Yeah. I wish I had blue cleats. All right, let me try to remember. We're running, okay. Ready. I'd really like to see us start racking up some wins here. We need to get at least to 500. One game at a time.
And up next, we'll see Robert Woods. He comes in third in the league in passing touchdowns.
Apparently Robert Woods is our quarterback.
Next on Madden NFL 25.
It's a stadium so big you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
And we're up.
All teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And here we go from AT&T Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by one of the league's promising young talents at quarterback in his first season out of Texas.
You know, Kate, sometimes they say great quarterbacks are like great point guards. And much like we measure point guards in basketball with the assist-to-turnover ratio, and you love a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio that will win you ball games, same with quarterback. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, and a big old win last week.
We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win.
Yeah, I think we almost got 200 yards rushing that.
Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Well, these guys have gotten off to a hot start, Brock, in spite of these injuries that have occurred along the way.
You know what, Kate? If you and I traveled to every training camp, I think we'd hear the same thing. Next man up, next man up. These teams know it. The players know it. You hear the top, but then you got to walk it. And this team
the needle on that one.
It's early, but this is looking like a group who could be built for a playoff run as long as this list doesn't grow too much longer.
That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Hey, he caught the freaking ball.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Throwing off the play fake here. He finds Sanders. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Scared to get hit?
They motion the tight end over. 2nd and 6 now.
Oh, nice.
Got a screen to the running back. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll give the Panthers a first down. Offense executing early. New set of downs at the 38-yard line. They'll throw it again. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. So it'll be second down.
Run it.
They are
Another
throwing
screen.
it again. Setting up the running back screen.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets completion, not going backwards, and a defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Throw on third down.
Oh,
Rolling
come
out
on.
to-
What are you
And
doing?
they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and
Come
bring
on,
up
rookie.
fourth down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept
Could
coming,
have kept running.
and coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Carolina in punt formation. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. So now the Cowboys getting an opportunity to send their offense out for the first time. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
George Pickens, the intended target. So that brings up second down. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up fourth down. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. The Panthers and their running back about to get back to work. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting second right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Oh, what was
Can't
that?
connect over the middle, it's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And it's 3rd down.
Man, I expect better than that.
Looking for a throw here. He
Go,
keeps
go.
those feet in and makes
Nice.
the catch. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They'll try and throw it here.
Beautiful.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He picks up 28 on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. Straight ahead with Taylor. And he only gets this one down to the 9. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Back to throw now.
Nice.
And he takes it in.
Coker
Touchdown,
filling in.
Carolina. The Panthers go up 6-0 here in the
Always
first.
underestimated.
So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Panthers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Moore with a return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Back out come the Cowboys for their second drive. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 32.
Oh,
Getting
come
out
on,
to
guys.
his
You need
left.
to get to him.
He tucks it and takes off. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Throw secured by George Pickett. And they take him down right along the 30. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Pass play now.
You need to
And
catch
that's
that.
nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a
What is he
harmless
doing all the way
incompletion.
back there?
It's 3rd down.
He shouldn't be it. Okay, he shouldn't be the safety.
Running for the marker with Williams. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Cowboys with their first shot inside the red zone. They've got 1st and 10 from the 20. Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Trying to throw here out of the gun.
Get him.
On the move.
There you go.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down.
That's some weird.
And the big play
Mod
drives
thing
them
I couldn't
backwards.
fix.
2nd down coming up.
And right there's the
I'll try
danger,
again at
Kate.
some
When you
point.
put the
Right now,
ball
it
in
just
the air,
looks
how
like he
many
has a big
times do we
booty.
see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. This
Wow, this
offense
is
looking
prime
to convert as they come up on 3rd
territory.
down. Dropping back to throw.
There you go.
And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception, just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Gay's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. The Panthers set to take the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw.
Oh, nice.
Has him on the quick hitter. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Brought down by Deron Bland. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. Connects on the crosser. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Back now, pressure on its way.
See, Ted? That's what I'm talking about.
Hang on, it's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say,
you got to
keep that in mind. They can revisit that play in the future.
Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Celebrating right now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And this drive will start inside the 25. The Cowboys about set to take over. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Here's Williams to start the drive.
Oh, there you go. There you go, Richie. Nice.
Pick this one up. Well, he was fighting off defenders, trying for the
That was a
extra
clear
yards.
fumble.
You understand it,
No
but
need to fucking
might have been what cost
review
him
it
and
at
opened
all.
the door for that fumble.
Okay, you and I both know this game has changed so much in our lifetimes. It's evolved in so many different ways. But I promise you can go back to the 60s, the 70s.
Forced
and many
it
of these
and
fumbles occur
recovered
just
it.
like that. You break one tackle, you let up just a little bit, and that next guy comes home and delivers the devastating blow.
The Carolina offense headed out now. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here.
Wide
They left him
open.
wide open. It's complete.
That's what I like
And they
to
catch
see.
up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 28 out of that play. And that will set up 1st and goal. And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. It's a 10-3 ball game. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Time for our 2nd quarter here, and the Panthers are thinking points. Goal to go, it's a pass play. This
Oh,
one finds
nice.
Taylor.
Beautiful.
Launching for the pylon, and he's got it! Touchdown! The Panthers grow their lead off the turnover. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers double their lead to 14. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Evans now to return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Cowboys about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red
Oh, I saw
zone.
Chuba
He's
on
going
that list.
top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season.
I'm glad he can get a fresh start.
Throwing now on first down. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. Looking for the back that time. And that'll bring up second down. Here's a throw. Hits him on the out route. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Brought to a halt by Deontay Banks. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 37. Short pass brought in. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create
Ransom, you're
after
supposed
the
to
catch.
be like
If they don't close on him
becoming a
quickly,
premier
he can add
safety.
a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Throwing it again here. That throw behind his intended target.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Second and 10 now. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. They're set up at the 35 now. Still sticking with the passing game. It's taken in by Lamb. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
On second down, a run with Williams. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. He'll throw it.
Oh, catch it. Come on,
A
man.
dangerous throw.
It's right
He almost
there.
got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on first down.
Use your hands.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's
Create a
second
basket.
down.
And cradle it in.
They'll throw it.
Asshole.
He's taken down. The Panthers rush gets home. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the third row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now third down is so much harder.
Third and long for him here. Buys
Oh,
time,
didn't catch
rolling
him.
right. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
So fourth down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. It is a 44-yard look from the right hash. Gay's kick is good. And that'll get him back to 11.
Well, that's why they spend all the time
Yeah,
on the
I don't know.
practice
These
field during the
announcers
week.
like
That kind of
homophobic.
operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect
You know
timing,
something
and a 2
about
for 2
Aubrey?
for this kicker.
Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Don't return it.
And he
Thank
opts
you.
not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw.
Oh, that was
And
a bad
that's
throw,
knocked away.
man.
The linebacker got him in the middle of the field, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. So second down coming up. From the gun, Taylor. This is ahead for about 5. Kalen Carson with the tackle. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Now looking to throw.
Isn't that offside? Is that not offside?
Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Play action.
Pass play coming here. Throw left side, complete. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Hauled down by Andrew Winger. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 43.
Oh, shit,
And
man.
there's a man there. It's intercepted. Trayvon Diggs has got it. Well, Brock, they could have gone run to set up 3rd and short, or they could air it out and try for more. They picked the latter, and their coverage was ready for it.
Sure was, Kate, and this is why I play in this position. You've got to have a short memory. You must flush it. I love the decision to be aggressive. I always fall on that side of the coin, but when you throw a pick in that situation, such a manageable 2nd down, well, you got to learn from it, move on, and certainly flush it away.
The Cowboys offense headed out there.
I don't think our guys
And
learned
down
too
double
much.
digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Williams now on 1st and 10.
Come on, who's that? 37?
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Do it again.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 20-yard gain on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
Always making business decisions out there.
Looking to the air here. He's on the move. He can run it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now. They go play action on 1st. Flushed out of the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
And this one does not go far.
Teammates notice when they got a guy willing to take it on the chin to get rid of the pass. That's a pass that's going to earn a lot of points with the other 10 players, not just today, but when they go back and watch
shit,
that
he's wide
play on
open.
tape.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
What the hell is that, man?
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
They kick the running back in motion. This throw is caught. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
Okay.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Okay.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if
Surprised
the
he's
read
holding on to
isn't
the
there.
ball.
That was a great adjustment made at the
All these
perfect time
times.
for the 1st down.
Play action on 1st down.
Shit. Oh, shit.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him.
Tag team.
And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
A 5-yard loss leads to 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. The Cowboys in possession. Line of scrimmage once again, that 7-yard line as they get set, 2nd and goal. He's going to throw this one.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Pick it up now. Yes. Man, that goal line tackle was
and they
fucking
limit
clutch.
the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, Kate, that's a stop they're going to use as teaching tape for an entire season. Heck, the offseason. Back pressed against their own end zone, making an impact play. No one expected to force a fumble. His effort directly kept points off the scoreboard, and it's that type of effort the coaches want to see from everyone on the field.
Come on, Arch. Just fucking manage the game.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT.
What the hell? Throw it away. You dumb fuck, bro.
And there
The
it
fuck
is.
is
He
going
just
on?
kept choosing to go backward, partner.
Oh,
And
we got a
now he's
concussion
all the way in his
mid-play.
own end zone for a safety. Cannot believe it.
Jesus.
Out now for the free kick, hoping their defense can answer a safety with a stop of their own. Begins his return at the 16. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Another
A
drive
shitty turn
coming
of
up for this
events there.
Dallas offensive unit. And they know they let points slip away with that fumble in the red zone, Brock. They're looking to get him back here. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Got Williams, and it's complete.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
No, is someone injured?
Goodness gracious, this quarterback is taking an absolute beating in this 1st half. And you better
Stop
have
the
some
clock.
ice for him ready at halftime. I'll tell you this, Kate, it has been a brutal couple quarters, and if
to
you
him,
don't
man.
start
Get to him.
protecting
Don't let him
the
get that
quarterback,
first. God
this
damn it.
guy may not make it and even finish this game.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Pass play on 1st and 10.
Why are you
Take it
turning
off
that
with it
way,
again.
man?
And he's
Why are you
short of the
spinning
first
away from
after a
him?
mild gain. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Diving right side, got it! Prior to 1st down, they decide to call a timeout. Back to throw.
You guys are letting this fucking shitty-ass quarterback
And in for the
tear
Dallas
you up.
touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball.
See, this is what I
everywhere
don't
on
get, you know?
But you start smelling the end zone,
My
they
80
really want their
plus
chance.
overall
They will tell you as a
quarterback, number 1
just
overall
give me an
pick,
opportunity and I'll
couldn't
make
do
a play.
shit, but these guys
Sure
just
did.
tear us a new one. When we have a good defense. I just don't, I don't get it.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. The point
All
after
right, I
splits
think
the
it's
uprights.
time. I think we make
And
a
the
change.
Cowboys
Start
cut the
making
lead
some
down to
changes
just
now.
2.
This shouldn't be happening. So it's gonna happen on defense. All right, so we need to go. Let's just look at it all. Wonder if we need a little bit more speed.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away.
Yeah, that's just a safety,
And
Arch.
that one
You can
flies
give him another
right on
safety.
past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. He finds Sanders. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. 1st and 10, looking to throw.
Damn it, dude. What are you looking
Anticipating
at?
a quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete.
Hold on.
Could not beat the defender there. So it's 2nd down
Yeah, I
coming
think I'm
up.
going to make a change at receiver, too. For the
Setting
second
up a
half.
throw. Ooh, would have been a big gainer
Fuck it, I'll
if they
do it now.
connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down come.
Okay. Let's say I put him here. He's been reliable. We'll see how that goes. If not, because I was thinking about taking McMillan out. He's made a couple catches. He's just not creating space. Let's see how that goes.
Throwing now, off play action. He's going to
Going
push one deep down the right.
Oh,
That one
that
is
move
incomplete.
almost
The
paid
clock
off.
now down to 16 seconds remaining.
Man.
Great defensive effort
I
to
think you should
reject
let it
that
go a
one.
little sooner.
And now they're staring at 4th and long. Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. And they'll down this kick at the 11-yard line, so long field ahead on this next possession. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. So we've arrived at halftime, and the Panthers impressive so far. They've got a lead so far on the road. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And that one finds the Falcons out in front. Cordero Patterson has thrown a touchdown pass.
Cordell Patterson?
From there, we head up to MetLife Stadium to check on the Jets. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Garrett Wilson, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. As you can see the score there in the 2nd quarter. Bucky Irving with a touchdown run.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Here's Carter on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Cowboys returning their offense and this running back to the field. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now it's 2nd down. They're throwing it. This ball's cut by Pickens. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That's a very quick trigger, and the hurry throw was much tougher to complete. He may have rushed that one thinking the pressure was just about to get to him in the pocket.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials. Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of third down, they're now defending 1st and 10. So after the penalty yardage marked off, here's 1st and 10. They'll run here following the penalty. And they had that one contained right at the line. Tackled by Keon White there. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing off the play fake here. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's taken down. The Panthers rush gets home. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Yet they're still
Let's
able
be
to
real
fucking
clear,
drive
there is
down the
nothing
field.
lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
In on him.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Panthers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And we're getting a look at the leaders in passing touchdowns this season here, where you will find his name among the top 5 right now in the NFL. Airing it out to start this drive. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before
I'm really
it's stopped.
thinking I might do a change.
And they've got
when
themselves
Excel
another
gets back.
1st and 10.
I might play Excel out of this slot and Harbor on
They're
the
going
X.
play action. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Taylor now up the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
We haven't been running a lot.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him.
Oh, no, he's down. Come on.
He lost it.
We got it in.
And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Play action here.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Now let's
Pushing
run
in
it.
the tight end now.
Should have ran it.
Dumped off to his running back.
Break that tackle. Break. Yes.
That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
To this day, I could still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. This is Taylor.
I need a touchdown.
And he doesn't get this one very far. Down to only about the 18. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with the penalty.
Really? Really?
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Running it after the penalty.
Yes.
He'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. 4 yards on the
Gotta make it
play, and that
stressful.
picks up a 1st and goal.
Same play?
Goal to go. They're passing.
Oh
And
my
someone
God,
stepped in.
bro.
It's intercepted.
Why?
The 50. He's at the 30.
Holy shit, man.
The 10. And he makes the half go. That's a
damn it.
touchdown on the pick 6. Well, talk
This
about
is like a
aggressive
microcosm
coverage,
of
Brock.
our
To have
season.
somebody in position for pick
Looks
block
good,
behind
looks
the line
better
of
than just like
scrimmage.
a really
Yeah,
big
this
fuck up.
quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted. Again, that is usually one you
Yes,
do
he
in
is.
your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys jump in front now by 5.
We better fight back, man. This is
Well,
just...
Brock, hopefully some short memories on
We just
offense as
killed
they
the
get it right
Bills.
back here on the kickoff after that pick 6.
With Josh Allen leading him.
Here's a return from the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Panthers
Jesus
ready for their
fucking
next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns. Good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can. Putting together quite the game for himself in the process.
Jesus.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. This one falls incomplete.
There's no excuse
That play
for
right
that.
there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any
Miller
completion
Moss
for
would have
granted.
made that throw.
Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
2nd down carry for Taylor. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First and 10 from the 41. Now a run with Taylor. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They go again with Taylor. He's got a gain of 6 there. That was Micah Parsons making that play. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3. Taylor again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
1st down, and they go right back to him. He gets it ahead and winds up with about 3. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs.
Oh, man.
Now after the run, we see some
God
trainers headed
damn it.
out for an injured player who was shaken up. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Mr. Reliable.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Kalen Carson with the tackle. Gotta figure out this third down here.
Oh, man, I'm sensing a sack. They're throwing the coverage.
Straight ahead with Taylor.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me?
Left, room to run.
Wow.
Breaks out the spin
Wow.
cycle. He's in. Touchdown.
Wow.
The
Now
Panthers
that's a
take
good
third
run.
quarter lead. He
I
broke
was
the
feeling
tackle
pretty
he
shitty
needed
right
to,
there.
Brock. And how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed
That's
tackle
some Barry
is the
Sanders
same.
shit
It may
right
be
there.
on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one. The last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop. Because a broken tackle can mean a touchdown.
They'll try it on the ground. And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that two-point attempt. Well, 2 left on the table there. Forget the goal line, Brock. They barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, to me right there, Kate, that's a sign this defense did their homework, studied
was
their
wondering if
tendencies.
passing in that
Yeah, no
situation would
way
be
that
better.
running back was going to get that one in, not with that force of the defense coming at him.
Gives the quarterback the ability to run.
The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away.
Maybe I was a little harsh on the play call before.
Evans now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
Come on, man. Miller fucking Moss, bro. It's time for his magic to end right here.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That's Lamb running a slant. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 2nd and 3 now.
Dude, if you know he's fucking...
He's got it on the bootleg. Able to get it to Moreau. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. New set of downs for him at the 38. To throw here on 1st down. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing
Thought I
footsteps
pinched your ass.
or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
That's into the hands of Moreau. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
Dude, if you guys know
You
that
put
he's
up the
going to get rid of
combine
it
times
quick,
of
why
tight
the
ends
fuck are
running
you
a
giving him so
40-yard
much
dash,
space?
and they certainly don't run as fast as the safeties or the corners in this league. But when you get them going in the right direction and you get them dragging across the field like that, well, they can still do
Jesus
their
fucking
damage.
Christ, man.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Three quarters in the books from this one. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to
course
try
he's
and
gonna go right
escape and
there. Come on.
react. Instead, it goes backwards.
That's just what
And he
they
takes
keep
it
doing.
across midfield and into Panthers territory. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. He's dropping back to throw. That's caught for the 1st. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
All set up now for 1st and 10.
Man, this fucking...
Back to throw.
And we can't even
almost
catch
to
the
throw
fucking
the
ball.
custom. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. Second down
Their
coming
guys
up.
catch it.
Give to Williams from the gun.
Oh, my God.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Working inside the red
You've
zone.
got the all-world
This one's
Miller
gone.
Moss.
And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
Man, these guys need to get their fucking head out
Almost
of
had
their ass.
6, but can't find him in the end zone.
We don't make the
Incomplete.
playoffs then because shitty
Took
fucking
his shot
play
at
calling
6
is.
that
I'm
time.
firing some coaches.
And it'll be second and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one. Looking for a throw here.
Oh, that's a fumble?
Football.
Oh my
Panthers
God.
pick this one up.
You guys are fucking
Not
lucky.
on the same page with his tight end.
Gosh, we have seen these quarterbacks make some incredible plays from here to reach the end zone. That was certainly not one of them. Careless with the
All right,
football,
we've
left
been here
opening
before.
for those defenders to knock it free and escape without
And they got a
surrendering
safety.
any points.
Are they gonna
The
review this
visitors
shit?
headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of
shit.
rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him.
That's stupid.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
I don't like this formation, man. Better not be a screen throw.
Throwing from near his own goal line. Finds Sanders.
Dude, Sanders is
They're
just
going to touch him
hauling
down
left and
after a
right,
short
though.
pickup.
Fuck.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you
Dude,
ever
one
just
more
need a
thing wrong
safe
again.
short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Now he'll throw off the play fake.
Like,
He's got a man left.
he went right out of
And
bounds.
he's out of bounds just short of the 15. Third down, 1 yard to go.
Why do we fucking make this harder than it has to be? Look at that.
Here's Taylor. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Punting unit out now. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Cowboys
Future
will
Hall
get
of
set to go
Famer
on
Miller
offense.
Moss. Getting another shot.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Oh my fucking
Throws off the
Lord.
rip, but it's
Oh my
incomplete.
fucking God, bro. What the fuck is
I
wrong
could
with
see
you
his
guys?
eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
2nd and 10 now. It's taken in by Lamb. And that tackle stops
This
him
shit's
after a solid
scripted, man.
gain.
It's scripted.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. They'll try and throw it here. He has the first
Of
over
course,
the middle.
just enough to get
And
the
he'll
first.
pick up enough to move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Throwing it again here.
Of course.
Got Lamb, and it's complete.
Hall of Famer
And
Miller
he'll be
Moss.
brought down at about the 29. It's a gain of 17 on that one.
Incapable of throwing an
And it'll be
interception.
first down, Dallas.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes
His only
for
mistake
big
was
yardage.
his offensive lineman
They'll
got in
come
the way
up
of his
first
throw.
and 10.
Fucking shit.
They are throwing it again. It's taken in by Williams.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
On second down, a run with
Come on,
Williams.
man.
And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got the rock a long way from the chains and
Hall
put
of
his
Famer.
teammates on his back for a heck of a run.
See?
Great
Hall of
try
fucking
on that
Famer.
first down.
And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
He can do no wrong.
They'll give it to Williams on the option. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that
Do
execution.
no wrong. Hall of
every
Famer.
time.
And they take this in for the score. The Cowboys take a fourth-quarter lead. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary
What the
tool in
fuck is
today's
going
NFL
on, man?
for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You
Dude,
just do the
give it
job
to
and
him.
stay in the pocket. Not
Just give
anymore.
it to him.
You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when
Just-
things break down. And that's big time
Yep.
to get a touchdown out of it
Gotta
as
make
well.
sure he gets in.
And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead. And they're whistling for a stop here, and that's one of the Cowboys who's in some pretty clear discomfort and in need of some
Don't
assistance.
worry, they'll put in a
Aubrey
no-namer.
now to kick this one away.
They'll take a fan from the stands.
Return starts at the 3.
All those sacks, man. I don't
And a
get it.
decent return.
Like games that
ends
we
as
get a
they
lot of
bring him
sacks
down
in, we're just
inside the 30.
we can't stop
The
the
offense
passing
being led
game.
back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive.
Man,
He's going to
okay.
bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On first down, they'll run. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
On the move, past the 40. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Back to throw now. That pass complete to McMillan. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's a give to Taylor. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
All right, I'm just waiting
Pickup
for
of 2 here. And that'll be
that
good for
hourglass.
Carolina first.
It's gonna run out of sand. Something bad's gonna happen.
Pass play now. Finds him over the middle. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. 2nd and 3 now.
Can't leave too much time on the clock for the Hall of Famer. Can't do it.
They'll put
He's
one of the tight
incapable of
ends in
making a
motion.
mistake.
Taylor
There he
now
goes, there
up
he
the
goes.
middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new
Don't
set
leave
of
him too
downs.
much time.
It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Oh, they're
They'll
gonna leave
try
him
and
too much
punch it
time.
in. one's
the
in.
Hall of
Touchdown,
Famer.
Carolina.
Or they're going to do something stupid here.
The
Watch.
Panthers cut it to
They're
a
gonna do something
point
real
late in
stupid.
this one.
They're
So
going
they
to go
get
for
the
two.
all-important
Watch.
touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie
Okay.
or go for two and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense
can we
more to go
stop
get
the
this
Hall of
two-point
Famer? Can I
conversion?
think of
Or is he
anything
going
I
to
should be
lean
doing
into his
right now?
defense and believe that they can
Got
get the
the
stop?
best possible. Hold on. Do I?
Here's Carter on the return. And look at this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35.
Do I have the best possible lineup?
Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. The game really in their hands at this point, Brock. We're going to see what...
Hmm.
Or overtime.
Hall of Famer.
The
Miller
Cowboys
Moss.
have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
41-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Here he is to throw.
Ooh.
Couldn't connect across the middle.
Hold on, I want
It's
to
an
see his
incomplete
stats real
pass.
quick.
You really want the...
65% completion, 1 touchdown. Why do I feel like he's done so much more than that?
Work for your offense. Every team needs to hit
Come on,
passes in that short to
That's not
intermediate
essentially a free
range
throw here.
to effectively move the ball.
Looking to throw it. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Interception. Like that could have been it right there, but he's incapable of making a mistake, ladies and
Well, the
gentlemen.
alternative looked like it was going to be picked there. So after that
Capable.
prior incompletion, we've got 3rd
We need
down.
a sack, man.
To throw.
Why
He's got it
fucking
to him
open,
yet
bro?
again. That is cut.
They're already in field goal
And they
range,
get this
man.
down roughly to the 34-yard line.
They're
The
already
defense
fucking
calls
there.
a timeout, so that's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
What a shitty game. Shitty fucking
Williams
defensive
now on
game
1st and 10. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. Still one
Come
more
on,
in
guys.
their
Let's
pocket
get
to
him a
use.
tackle for loss here. Derek Brown, do something.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Make it a little harder for him.
They stay on the ground with Williams.
I said a little fucking harder,
And they'll
man.
get it down to the
Oh
24-yard
my
line.
god.
Now the Panthers
What the
decide to
fuck
spend
was
their 3rd and
that?
final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a
God,
timeout
it's
at
fucking
least.
rigged.
Wary of the clock here, Brock, but at least all their timeouts are still available. It's 1st and 10. Another run for Williams. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
All right.
Give them an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's 1st down. Straight ahead with Williams. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now a timeout's called. It's not their last one, though, so they can try another play before setting up for that field goal. Everything now resting on this try from Brandon Aubrey. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. That one is good! And that, folks, is your game winner!
I know that was a kick he could make in his sleep, but with the game on the line, he delivered.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
He can throw it 70 yards.
And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock.
You need to sit down now, man.
Through that hit. And now they face 2nd down. One final shot here. Escapes out to the left. So the Cowboys take the win here in Arlington. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys are winners as we say so long from Dallas.
Wow. How many interceptions did we fucking drop? He had 84 rushing yards. Apparently we're gonna need another players only meeting at some point. Let's see if Taylor Moton's out for a while. Nope. Man, what a fucking disappointment. T-Mac talking shit over there. Well, looks like the Bucks lost, so that's good news. We facing the Colts with Cade Klubnik, another future Hall of Famer, I'm sure. All right, that'll do it for this one.